Well, hello, people, and welcome to this episode of G Bear's Off-Grid Ways and Adventures. We're in the tool container right now because today is Tool Time Tuesday, or Tool Tech Tuesday, or whatever you want to make it. Uh, this is not going to be a long episode, but hang around because somewhere during this episode, I'm going to toss in a little dad joke for you. Something that you don't have to worry about uh, telling in mixed company. All right, so let's get started. I got 3 tools today that should be on your homesteading tool list, something that you should have because I use them a lot. And they come in really handy because you have all kinds of tools that need sharpening. You're also going to need a bench grinder. This is a Harbor Freight unit right here, but I've had it for a long time and it works well. So it's got a little light here that you can turn on to get a little closer look at what you're doing. When you get your bench grinder, and then I also have another one here on a stand. Now that's an 8-inch, and this is a 6-inch. And you say, well, what's the difference? Well, 2 inches. The difference is that the 8-inch I usually use because you got more surface area on a wheel than on a 6-inch, and the 6 inches wear out real fast. The 8 inches give you a little bit extra time on them. Now these things are usually well balanced, and as you can see, they you want to get yourself a coarse stone, a fine stone, and then you want to get yourself a wire wheel like that one back there. And those are the ones you use a lot. But this is a cloth wheel. And what do you use cloth wheels for? Polishing. You can polish pieces of metal to a mirror finish with aluminum and copper and brass and all that kind of stuff like that. You can also polish steel. So why would you polish steel? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Sharpening tools. You want your, let's see, where's my camera here? Oh, there it is. You want to have chisels that are razor sharp. Because if they're not razor sharp, they won't cut the wood. They'll slip on you. And when they slip, there's a chance of somebody getting hurt. So you see the polish on the end of this. See how shiny it is, like chrome? What I did was after I sharpened this on a whetstone, I came in here and then I polished it on this wheel using the Red Rouge. Okay, the Red Rouge is usually for copper and brass. They also make the white one, and the white one is usually for aluminum. And then you got these little wheels you can put in your electric drill or your drill press or whatever, and you can use it for polishing different little projects and metal that you have. Okay, so that's tool number 1. That's an important tool. Okay, tool number 2. Get yourself one of these little belt sanders with a little disc sander on the side here. This is 5-inch disc sander with a 1x30-inch belt sander on it. And I use that a lot. Shaping metals, sharpening ice picks, things like that. It really does get used a lot. So this is a small unit. I've got the switch out of it right now because I broke the switch the other day when I was using this thing. And I'm going to order another one online. This is another Harbor Freight Tools tool, and I've had this, I bet you 20, 25 years. So, well, maybe not that long. Maybe 20 years. Yeah, I think I got this in 2001. So probably 20 years or 21 years or something like that. All right. So anyway, you want to have that one of these tools also. And I keep extra bands up here to change it out whenever I can. And sanding belts are stuff that you'll always gonna use. So put that on your list of homesteading tools. That's something that you really, really will get a lot of use out of. All right, the last two items on the list. Heat gun. Get a nice heat gun. This is a Wagner. Get these at Home Depot. It's got a high and a low setting on the switch there. First click down is low. Second one down is high. Okay. You will use a heat gun quite often. It comes in handy. And of course, a hot glue gun. And don't get yourself a cheapo one. Get a good one. You want a really good hot glue gun. And they sell these sticks, the glue sticks. You can get little short ones like this. These are for the ones that when I talking about the cheapo guns. This is what you would use because you're only going to do a small project, and this thing goes through in no time. The one that's in here is what's left of the ones that come 12 inches long, and you can see this one doesn't even go through to the inside there when measuring it against the one that's in the tool here. Okay, so you'll get a lot more use out of one of these 12-inch and the good heat gun. Now, very quickly, this heat gun will come in handy. And plastic bottles, soda bottles, water bottles, things like that. Did you know that these things can be used for heat shrinking? Let's say I want to put a plastic handle on this wooden handle, which by the way, I found that hammerhead laying out in the desert. I cleaned it up, and then I made that wooden handle out of a piece of maple I had here by turning it on the lathe. So anyway, you can take a plastic bottle and put it over the handle like that, and then turn on your heat gun and look. So as you can see, it acts like shrink tubing. And I can go through this whole thing and go over it a couple of times and heat shrink it right down into place. Okay, so I'm not going to stand out here all day long, and I don't want to run my electric bill up. But you get the idea. I don't really want a plastic handle on this thing. That's why I stopped there. I'm going to take this off of here and throw it in my recycle bin. But you get the idea. And I've seen guys that actually have like 1.5 inch PVC pipe, and they got a break in it. So they glue a piece of PVC pipe over the break in the pipe, put one of these on it, and heat shrink it down so it holds it tight in place, and get along until they can get the parts they need to repair the leak in their pipe. Pretty cool, huh? All right. So I did promise you a joke. I'm going to get that going right now so I can close this video out. I've been having upload troubles. I think they're repairing or replacing all the 4G cell towers in the area with 5G cell towers. So I've been having trouble making connections at night. So let's hear the joke. All right. So I know some of you are too young to remember the Lone Ranger, the infamous Lone Ranger, and his sidekick Tonto. Yeah, it was his Indian sidekick. Well, Lone Ranger and Tonto are riding through the desert. Ooh, look, we're in the desert. And as they were riding through the desert, they were really getting hot and really parched. And they saw a town up ahead, so they turned towards the town and they rode into town. And they both got off in front of the saloon and tied up their horses. And when they're tying up their horses, the Lone Ranger looked at his horse, which went by the name of Silver. And he used to yell out, "Hi-ho, Silver, away," when he took off on his horse. So anyway, he looks at a horse, Silver, and Silver was just foaming at the mouth, just way overheated. So he turns to his sidekick and says, "Tonto, my horse is hot. Run around him and cool him off. Give him a breeze." So Tonto, being the faithful sidekick, says, "Yes, Kimosabi." And he starts running around Silver. So the Lone Ranger moseys into the saloon, orders himself an ice cold beer, and starts sipping down on that. And a few minutes later, this guy walks in and says, "Hey, who owns that white horse out there?" "Excuse me." And the Lone Ranger steps forward and sticks his chest out and says, "That's my horse. His name is Silver, and he's the smartest horse in the West." He goes, "Yeah, but you left your engine running." Oh, okay. I hope you enjoyed that. This is G Bear. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget thumbs ups. Don't forget to subscribe and share. This is G Bear signing off.